but I didn't expect. And this is, it's an enlightening moment that now I can see myself on a bigger stage. Actually, on a big stage with a big audience, as a keynote speaker, a public speaker, that wasn't in my mindset before. I am Catarina Dehlin and I am the managing director of Atoll. And at Atoll we train professional facilitators and management teams in relationship competence. So the presentation skill fits into our work extremely well. So I am a professional facilitator. That means that I coach a team and a group through a process in building high-performing teams. And we have a special method for that that works extremely well. But what I realized is that part of that method is presentations. And by presenting it in a very skilled way, I can enhance and make sure that the learning sticks. And that is my main goal with actually the job I do. So they play an important part in facilitating as well. Before I joined the Presenter Mastery course, I didn't pay that much attention to this part of my facilitation. My focus was on the process, the exercises, the content. So what I have learned is that by paying attention and the skills that I have learned, I think the effect is that the learning is enhanced in an incredibly way that I didn't anticipate before joining. What made me realize or want to join the Presenter Mastery? I think it was a hunch I had that this part in my work could be better. I honestly wasn't clear what it was. So that's the first part. The second part, I think, is just the curiosity and my joy and the fun part of presenting. So that actually has grown during the training, that I realized the importance of this subject. So it's a bit reversed. The practical changes I made is that I've implemented storytelling to a much more extent. I always had them, but now I truly realize the power of storytelling. And also now I've got some more, let's say, quality in my way of telling stories by knowing how to build them. And then getting rid of my filler sounds. That was an amazing part. And also the functional gestures. I had a lot of filler sounds and I didn't use functional gestures in the proper way. And I think that made a very, very big difference to my everyday performance. So before I joined Presenter Mastery, I was comfortable in my working role, very comfortable. But I didn't expect, and this is, it's an enlightening moment that now I can see myself on a bigger stage. Actually, on a big stage with a big audience, as a keynote speaker, a public speaker, that wasn't in my mindset before. And that idea and myself feeling more comfortable doing it and even competent doing it, that is the effect of the Master Presentery for me. Should I recommend someone to join this program? I would say yes and no. Yes, if you want to challenge yourself, you want to develop some key skills, you want to join a community where you actually practice your skills, not only intellectually learn them. So for those who are up for that, I would say definitely yes. But if you want some, just a nice input on a subject, no. This requires something from yourself as well. What have I found most valuable? That's a very hard question. There are so many valuable things in this training. It's like psychological structure, filler sounds, getting rid of those, using functional gestures, how to use facial expression, how to put yourself in a mental state. There are so many things. So if I only would pick one thing only, it would be the why. Always remember, why are you doing this? Why should anyone listen to you? What can you give to the people listening to you? And when you have that focus, to me, it is so different than having a focus on just presenting a subject. So I think that is one of the key takeaways. Focus on the why. If you're thinking about joining Presenter Mastery and not sure yet, I think I would say to you that the knowledge you get in this training, you can apply to work, absolutely, and you will be better in whatever you do. But it's also applicable to your everyday life. The skills we learn here, they are useful every day in every contact with every person. So for me, what sticks out most in presenter mastery, I think it's that we get to train every week for a year. We get practice, we train, we get feedback, I give feedback. And we all know if we want to learn a new skill and really want that skill to be automatic and stick and really embedded in ourselves, that is what's required. And the layout of this practice, this training is exactly like that. And that is, it's working. And it's unique, I think. And the second thing I would say is the coaches. The coaches we have, the trainers we have, they are so committed and they support us not only on a collective level, but also on an individual level. And it's worth every penny. Det där blir cheesy. Den får du klippa bort.